Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. I was going to do a dedicated video on this, and I thought, you know what? Let me just put it into the Road to Glory. If you guys don't want to see this, I'm not sure if there will be anything else in this episode. We might just go through the pitch notes, because this is it's a bit of a weird one, right? Because I don't think the pitch notes are, or the update is actually available anyway, and I've not looked at this. I just know that people on Twitter were saying that there is a 1 gig update and it's on PC and no one knows what it is. So let's have a look at it, because we play on PC, right? So gameplay general. So this is going to be across the entire game. They've made the following changes. So they've shortened the time between the camera cutting away during penalty kick shootouts. Never noticed that to be a problem anyway. Updated CPU AI decision making on free kicks for all difficulties in order to enable a wider variety of free kicks taken. That doesn't really bother me. This change does not impact free kick conversion rates. Those continue to be impacted by the difficulty setting. Again, that's not really a thing. Address the following issues. Improved offside detection in situations where the player given offside was not involved in the play. That sometimes happens now and again, where you play the ball and they call offside even though the guy, you know, over the other end of the pitch who's got absolutely nothing to do with it whatsoever is the guy offside. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Addressed instances of sideline characters getting stuck in place where their arms outstretched. Okay, well, I've never noticed that before, but that's strange. So, is that literally the only gameplay? That looks to be the only gameplay issues at all. There are some foot things here, so address the following issues. Desyncs when watching a Foot Champions channel, I don't really care about that. Non-functional button callout was present on the squad builder screen when making a concept squad. Turquoise blue bar was still displaying on the season objectives tile when a different tile was being highlighted. I've noticed that quite a lot. My friend's text was displaying as undefined in some situations on the team select screen in Foot. Okay, well, so far all this is just sort of mundane stuff that I'm sure most of us didn't even know about in the first place. Some rare instances, players were incorrectly unable to find opponents in Foot Rivals. That's something that's happened to me. I've been there for ages trying to find an opponent, and I've had to sort of close the game down and reopen it to re-establish the connection or whatever, so that's apparently fixed. Corrected the lighting on the opponent's squad screen to match the lighting normally used in squad screens. Again, can't say I noticed that. In some situations, the various tabs at the top of the squad screen were not displayed after toggling back and forth between screens repeatedly. And finally, sometimes on the squad screen, the arrows and numbers from the formation option would still would display for the other options. So, I mean, there's career mode stuff there which I'm not going to read. Volta Pro Clubs General. The Saudi Pro League is known as the MBS Pro League. Okay, and apparently there's a lot of visuals. So they've added 39 new player faces, essentially, to cards. They will only be available following a server update. Please follow blah 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 on Twitter. That's a joke. Please follow EA Sports FIFA on Twitter for updates on when this will be live in game. Now, follow EA Sports FIFA on Twitter is hilarious, because they haven't tweeted in nearly 24 hours. And they've had an update, and there's a lot of crap going on in the community right now, and they released something else yesterday, and they've not mentioned anything about any of it, so that's a joke. But it doesn't look like there's anything gameplay wise in particular. A lot of people were concerned that this was going to be quote unquote game breaking, but it doesn't really look like they've done anything. They've just sort of made a few quality of life changes. I mean, that, like, there's a CPU change there which we won't notice unless you play squad battles, which most people don't, and even if you do, it's only free kick related, so I don't think it's going to really make a difference. You know, they've improved the offside detection, so there's no way they can make that worse, touch wood. And yeah, you know, sideline characters getting stuck in things, again, that's not going to affect gameplay at all. And then just shorten the time between the camera cutting away during a penalty kick shootout. So that isn't a big update. People are panicking about it, and people are like, oh, I hope they haven't ruined the game with this update. And, well, they've not really updated anything, if we're honest with each other. That was just, I mean, it was almost pointless me showing you, but just to clear it up, there's nothing really there that any of us should be concerned about. So we'll do a little bit of gameplay, and then I think we'll probably end up ending the episode. I don't think there's an awful lot for me to do. I've not managed to get any packs together because the French League players right now, I mean, they just skyrocketed. I mean, if I had half a brain, what I would do is I would buy up like some La Liga, some Premier League players now and put them in the club. I just keep forgetting to do it. It's something that I really do need to just go and do because they're not the ones people are focused on right now. It's the Bundesliga and the French League in particular that people really care about. The Chinese League players were always kind of a little bit expensive. Top comment, and I've been found out here. Leon says, I've seen a similar title somewhere else. So yesterday's episode was called, I forget what it was called, A Viewer Smashed Me in Weekend League. Leon obviously follows my Pornhub account, and I've basically taken the title from there and just changed backdoors to Weekend League. So yeah, I've been found out there. I do apologise. It won't happen again, I promise. Luke Moss says, TDM for me, the lag this weekend has been the worst we've had for a long time. However, keep up the good work and keep grinding Road to Glory team. There's a similar comment down there as well from a guy that I really can't pronounce the name of. I'm going to call you Kiz. He says, I've had the exact same weekend. I'm on PC too. Friday and Saturday I couldn't score. And then on Sunday, the magic happened and I won like 10 in a row. EA messing with the numbers. I don't really know what... Look at this for a free kick, by the way. Oof, love it. That was the best gameplay I've ever had in any FIFA, by the way. And I love Giovinco's celebration. But that, like, not the result. The result was good and it went hand in hand with the gameplay. But the gameplay in particular, even if I'd lost that game 4-0, it was smooth, it was crisp. Every drag back felt instant as soon as I was doing it. Every shot I was taking realistically was hitting the target. I missed the target once or twice deservedly, but yeah, it just felt good, you know. It just worked. Everything worked. So maybe it was just a PC thing. I don't know what it was, but if someone else who plays on PC is saying that Friday and Saturday he was struggling. In fact, I know someone else who plays on PC, and he played Friday and Saturday like me and was struggling for form, whereas normally he doesn't do as much. And then on Sunday, again, just started winning games. And he was in a position where I think at one point it was like 8-7, and he finished gold 2, because on Sunday his gameplay was fine and he actually started winning loads of games. Because obviously with good gameplay, you can play the way you want to play. You may still lose, of course, but at least you can play the way you want to play. So, I don't know, maybe there's something in that. Evan says, Firmino at Cam is a beast, one of the best purchases I've made this year. So definitely something that I'm going to do. I think, in fact, what we'll do after the gameplay finishes, we'll do it today. We will go and buy Firmino, and I will buy Alan, and I think there's one other player that I have to buy, Lucas. Lucas is a touch on the expensive side. I'm not going to not buy him just because of his price, but it's he's a little bit more expensive than I thought he was. But yeah. Try the 4-2-2. Very good, says Andrew. I don't know. I've tried it. I tried it a lot last year, and it worked for a bit. This year, I went straight to a 4-2-3-1, because obviously last year was the go-to formation. What happens every FIFA is you just try and carry on playing the way you were the FIFA before. And 4-2-3-1 for me was okay, but I need 2 strikers. 4-2-2 is something that could work, but I'm a little bit, I don't know, worried, I guess, of being caught out in midfield, because my 2 strikers generally are stay forward and get in behind. My 2 cams, I mean, my cam in a 4-1-2-2 is, look at that for a goal from Lacazette, by the way, big fan. Lacazette scored some bangers this weekend. Not enough for me to want to keep him, but he did score some really good goals. I was editing an Insigne video earlier, and every time I was, well, not every time, but I'd be looking at the goals, and I was trying to sort of, you know, sift out the Insigne moves and goals and things, and I would now and again come across a gem from Lacazette, and I'd be like, oh, do you know what? I should make a Lacazette video, because the guy's actually really good. This game, I threw it away. I was 3-2 up. Honestly, I couldn't believe this guy had managed to score 3. One of those games where you're like, how is this guy even scoring goals? PK's given away a penalty there, and he's done that thing where he's looked to the one of the corners, and then as he's gone to kick the ball, he's just let the controller go, and the circle moves back into the middle, and it does that gradual head movement that is very difficult to detect on certain players with certain sort of hairstyles, and that was just one of them, and he scored, and that was the end of the game. But Yeah, that game, I was like, I couldn't understand. You know when you're having an argument with someone and you know, like they're literally saying blue is green, and you're like, no, blue is blue, and they're adamant they're right, but you know full well they're just being an idiot and they just don't know what they're talking about, and you can't explain it. It was one of those things. It was really, really painful to go through. You know, losing a game that you know 9 times out of 10, in fact 9.999 times out of 10, you win. It was bad. It was just painful, especially with the weekend that I was having with the gameplay. We're getting a lot of rage quits though. You know, this is Sunday gameplay, by the way. That game I've played a minute ago was good gameplay. There was nothing wrong with the gameplay. I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't beat him, and it is what it is. But we are now getting some decent rage quits on the go. Didn't get that many last year. Actually getting a lot more this year, because I'm scoring sort of 2 or 3 goals without reply and holding sort of 70% of the ball. I think this might even be another. No, maybe this isn't another one. Maybe it's the next game. But I think we do get another rage quit before the end of the clips, though. But I just enjoy myself. You know, when the gameplay works, it's so much fun. So Ken Ross, this is a comment that I think got a little bit lost in translation. Day one. But this is about me saying this. Day one, absolutely no way I'm wasting 8 hours for a card that doesn't fit my team. And then on day 2, I'm saying, oh, I'm going to start that objective today. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying was there's no way I'm sitting there for 9 hours straight, because obviously someone said to me that the objective was doable because he did it in 9 hours. You can do it in 1 day, he said. And, you know, if you've got 9 hours to sit playing FIFA and you're happy to sit there and grind the objective, then you crack on. But what I was saying was I didn't have 9 hours to sit there in one go and do it. I love the objective. It doesn't have an expiry date. It's something you can work towards. They're going to bring more out, and it's what I've been crying out for since FIFA 13. There was the rage quit. FIFA 13, I've been asking for this, and finally we have it. There is absolutely no way I'm not doing it. You know, I will do it. I don't care how long it takes me to do it. I will do it. But I'm not sitting there and doing it in 1 day, is what I was saying. So I think there's a little bit lost there, a little bit of confusion. Just want to clear that up. There's one more comment here, so I don't know whether this is... So, if this helps anyone, or yourself, TVM, I did better when I came off of the fibre broadband and went onto my phone 4G. No idea why, but it was so much smoother. Also, my broadband internet was great, or is great, and has no latency, 0 packet loss. It's just... it just played bad on broadband. I've got Virgin Fibre, and I think that's what it's called. And I literally get like, I think it's like 290 something download, and I get like 50 upload. 56 upload was the last time I did it. Like, I pay for the most expensive, best package there is because I want to be able to upload the Road to Glory videos, which are, you know, 20, 30 minutes long in 5 minutes. I want to be able to get... Because on my old internet, a 30-minute video would literally take me like 45 to an hour to upload, and that just takes the piss, right? So I wanted the fastest internet I could have. So I've deliberately moved to an area that has Virgin available because they have the best internet or the fastest internet. And I've done that, right? So I don't have a problem with anything, playing other games online or anything like that. And I know you're saying basically you don't have a problem with it either, but you've switched to 4G and it's fine. It's not something I'm going to test, I'll be honest. For one reason more than another is that I just don't have Wi-Fi on the PC because everything is wired, and that's another thing as well, right? I've got, you know, wired connection. I've got nearly 300 meg download and 56, 57 up. I genuinely don't think it's the internet. Like, I do regular tests and packet, and the other thing is OBS, right? OBS will tell me if the internet is having any problems whatsoever, because what the OBS is the program I use to record the gameplay, and it will tell me if I'm dropping packets or frames or anything like that, so I know if it's the internet. And okay, it might be that the game is causing that issue or whatever, and maybe it does work for you, but I'm not going to test it. I just think, honestly, there are far too many people trying to play FIFA than they have server space for. That's the long and short of it. You know, they just don't have enough servers close enough to people playing the game, and they don't have enough to suit the amount of people. There's another banger from Lacazette who are actually playing the game. You know, they've probably got... I'm not even going to speculate. I'm not even going to try and go into the maths of it. But what I do know is that there are far too many people playing this game for the amount of servers that they have. They're overloaded, and that's the problem that we have. Now, last year, I didn't really suffer from quote-unquote bad gameplay, right? I had... my problem last year was I just hated the game. This year, I love the game. However, because of how much you sort of have to adapt to it and you're fighting against it, that's what's making me not like it right now. But I think this year compared to last year, there are a lot more people playing on PC in particular, because people know the benefits of PC gaming, and I think that that's becoming more and more prevalent and more sort of common knowledge throughout time. And with the Xbox, the new Xbox console coming out, and the comparisons being made to sort of high-ish end gaming PC, I think people are starting to realise, oh, actually, we can get better performance for less money out of a PC that actually does a lot more. So I think people are moving over to PC more. I constantly get questions saying, oh, I'm moving over to PC, is there anything I should know? Or I'm really thinking about starting FIFA up on PC, is there anything I should know? So I just think, for me personally at least, there's been a lot more people playing FIFA 20 on PC than there were last year, and that's why I'm now having trouble. I think this has been a problem on console for years, bad gameplay. And I noticed that a few years ago when my brother asked me to qualify for him for Weekend League, and I went on it and I was like, wow, I can't turn around. And I think that was FIFA 17. I couldn't turn around. Or FIFA 18 it was, actually, I'll tell a lie. And it's because the servers are overloaded. So the answer to the problem is, EA, you need to spend more money, get more servers on the go to accommodate the amount of people who want to actually play the game. So, like I said, I don't claim to know the ins and outs of it, but generally that's how I feel about it. I just think EA need to invest more, and they're not. It would be easy for me to sit here again for another 5-10 minutes and talk about the absolute mess that is the FIFA community right now, but to be honest, I try and just stay away from it, right? I try and just sort of disengage myself from all that nonsense. I don't want to get wrapped up in it, don't want to get involved in it, don't want to have an opinion on it, so we won't be talking about that here. What we are going to talk about, though, is it this here? Or where did I build it? Was it this team? It was this team, but obviously I've put it into a 4-1-2-2 because that's how it'll play in game. But what I'm going to do is switch it back to the formation that I had it before. I think that was the 4-2-2-2. Speaking of 4-2-2-2, I will give it a go. I've got a Serie A team that I'm going to need to start playing with very soon. Yeah. There you go, that works. So what we need to do is we need to buy Alan, Firmino and Lucas. Yesterday I didn't play any rivals. However, today or tonight and all day tomorrow, I think I've got videos more or less wrapped up and ready to go, unless EA decide to drop something, which they won't. So I will be playing rivals all day tomorrow, and I'll try and knock out as many of those objectives as I can. I'm not going to rush, I'm not going to complete it this week. Let's go buy Alan, Firmino and Lucas. I'm not going to rush to do it. If I'm enjoying myself and I'm having success with it and I'm scoring goals and whatever, and that's what I want. I want it to be a grind. I want it to feel like a challenge. Oh, that was pretty easy. Then, I'll keep going, I'll keep playing, and eventually I'll stop whenever I'm sort of bored of it or whatever, and we'll keep doing and we'll keep plugging away at it, and eventually we'll pick it up, right? I think for this week, I will try and play with the Italian team, but I am going to try and hit as many, I say this week, for the next 2 days, I'm going to try and hit as many XP things as I can, because we've got 3 days bang on, as it says top right. I'm just going to try and hit as many of those as I can and see if we have enough to... Forget how much he's worth now. Oh, damn, he's worth a lot more than I thought, but, it is what it is. We've got coins. They're there to be spent, so we are going to spend them. 85k? Don't mind if I do, mate. Please tell me that's fresh. Ha ha! Beautiful. Someone's just packed that. Listed it up for 3k cheaper than the next one, not knowing that fresh cards sell for more than those with chem styles, unless it's a hunter or a shadow. And the final card, and not the most expensive, I think, because I think Firmino was the most expensive. I think Lucas is down around the sort of 40 mark. Yeah, it was in and around 40. So 42,000. Is he fresh? No, he's not. Is he? No, well, kind of. We'll buy him. Could maybe have stayed there a little bit longer, gone through and waited, maybe tried to snipe a cheaper one, but PC is a lot different to console. I could literally be there for days before anything is actually listed. I need to convert Firmino down to at least a centre mid, if not a CDM. I think Lacazette could be on his way out here. I don't know why Chimpong's on the bench there. Let me put someone who I'd actually bring on. Is he already on the bench? There you go. Vela off the bench, by the way, is actually quite effective. Yeah, 12 goal contributions off the bench. That's not effective at all. So let's see how much Lacazette is going for. See if we can get anywhere near what we paid for him. What did we pay for him, incidentally? 96,000. We're not going to get that, unfortunately. We're going to get maybe 88. So we're going to lose maybe 8k on him. 92 there. I know we could just go search it up, right? But 91. Yeah, we can get 90k for him. I mean, to be fair, losing 6k plus tax isn't that bad. There he is. He's gone. 90,000 coins. So that pays for Roberto Firmino. Obviously, Sane's untradeable. Nainggolan is a red pick. And Lacazette is the only tradable one. So, I do have things in the club I can sell if I want coins. You know, Lloris is tradable, but I didn't think he was worth selling. Because I think he was like 20k for an 88 rated card. That's crazy. Thiago we packed, of course. But he's only selling again for about 20k. I just think he's worth a little bit more than that. Eventually, maybe even tonight, actually, because it's UCL day. Maybe even tonight he could be worth something if they drop like a UCL SBC or something of that nature. There's a few other cards here or there that are tradable. You know, like Douglas Costa, he sells for a few thousand. Akanji sells. Vida sells. But I might as well keep them because they don't sell for enough for me to go and do it. We are going to get rewards again as normal. So, yeah. Time to change our manager. We haven't changed the manager in so long because last time we needed him, incidentally, we had a Bundesliga team. So PK's on full chem anyway. So is Carvajal. So is the defense. So if we could switch him to a, what are we saying? Brazilian Premier League, I'm thinking. It's a shame to see Robbie Fowler go, but Brazilian Premier League could be the way forward. Now all I need to find is a Brazilian manager. Chances are I don't have one because they're not rare, but they're rare enough. So I'll need to go do that on my own time, I think, because we're just wasting. Oh, there we go. So we're just wasting time. I don't know if I've got a Premier League manager card. I'm just assuming that I have. I mean, who doesn't, right? Yeah, we had 3 of them. So there we go. Brazilian Premier League. So Kante's on full chem, or he will be on full chem. If I back out and go back in again, Kante should be on full chem. And the Italian league players are, the Spanish league players are, and as soon as I convert Alan down, he will be. As soon as I convert Lucas up, he will be, and the same with Firmino. So, hopefully at least, we have the position modifiers to work here. We do. CF to Cam. I don't know if that's worth any money anymore. Cam to CM I should have at least one of. So there he is, up to 9 chem. I'll move him down to a CDM, and same with Alan as well. And then that puts them both on 10 chem. There you go. CM to CDM, done. Everyone's on 10 chem. I don't know why, right, but I'm a stickler for it. If someone's on 9 chem and he can be on 10 chem, then I'm going to do it. Like there. Didn't really need to do that because 9 chem is good enough, but no. Everyone's on 10 chem. I'm happy with that. Custom tactics wise, it's the same as it always is. So 4-1-2-2, pressure and heavy touch, 4 depth, 5 on width. This is all sort of default stuff really. 2 on corners, 3 on free kicks, balanced. Formation, here it is. So Kante drops there. Allen is going to go over there. Firmino over there. Insigne is going to be the cam. And then I've got Lucas and Mertens up top. PK and Digne need to switch back. That could have been dangerous. The only concern I have with this team is going to be a bit of height and strength. Now, the midfield in particular has almost no height whatsoever. Not one of my front 6 are over the sort of what's Firmino? I want to say he's 6 foot, but something screaming 5'10", 5'11". I'll have a look in a minute. So getting behind, stay forward, stay forward. This is already done the way I want it to be. Those are nothing at all. And then Kante is dropped between the defenders, cover centre, and then the fullbacks are overlapped. There you go. So that is the way that I want it. Happy days. Let's have a look at Firmino's height. I've got a funny feeling 6 foot, but then I kind of want to... Yeah, 5'11". Yeah, I don't know why. I thought 6 foot, and I was like, no, he's got to be 5'11". Not one of those are over 5'11". I think Digne is probably around the same. He's 5'10". Carvajal's got to be around the same as well. He's 5'8". Jesus. The only 2 people who have got any height whatsoever are the 2 centre-backs, because the goalkeeper doesn't count. We might have a height issue in this team, but then again, the agility is going to be off the chart. That is going to do it for today, though. Champions League content will come in tomorrow's episode. If I was to wait till 6 o'clock every day, there would come a point where it would get too much and the video probably wouldn't go up because I'm waiting too long to edit and render and all the rest of it. But hopefully you've enjoyed that. The gameplay in tomorrow's episode will probably be a little bit of rivals, so you can see how this team plays. I'll give you my opinion on it, and then we'll tackle whatever Champions League content we get graced with later on today. If you have enjoyed it, though, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for you, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.